So next up, we're going to be looking to the world of Hordes, and this is some new themed models that are coming out for Legion. They're coming out towards the end of May, so the last couple of weeks of May you'll be able to pick these up. And this is some of the new Blighted Ogrun characters and some of the monsters as well for Legion as well. So we start off with some really cool looking stuff when it comes to Amok the Truthbringer, which is possibly my coolest model from this collection. I very, very much enjoyed the look of this one. The thing that really got me is I was learning a little bit more about the sort of background behind this guy, and that sort of that vessel that he's carrying on his shoulder actually sort of oozes like a dark miasma, and I'd love to see someone actually try and sculpt that onto the model. I think that could be really coolly done. Even if it was just done with some sort of like PVA glues and things like that, could be very interesting indeed. This leaks onto Gorag Rotteneye, who's also another very cool looking character. He had a horrible nasty infection in one of his eyes, and so he scratched and tore at it as much as possible that it sort of ripped out of his face, and now he's got like this horrible malign energy that courses through his body as he fights on the battlefield as well, which I thought was very cool indeed, and very Legion-y as well, which is very cool to see. Then we've got the model that I'm not too sold on, but I know that a lot of people also quite like, and that's Animag the Doom Feaster. And it's a little bit of a warlock to be thrown into the mix as well here. The thing that really got me about this, I wasn't too sure on the size of the head.
Yes.
A little bit too small, but I guess maybe with all the sort of mutations and everything else going around for Legion, possibly things have been a bit warped in her proportions and things like that, which would be very interesting. But yes, this then leads on to some of the strange beasts as well. So you've got the carrion birds there with the blighted rot wings, and then there's also the very large model, which is Golab, the Legion heavy war beast as well, which I know a lot of people have very much liked. The thing that really sold me about these as creatures was the idea that they've got this almost matted, horrible feather texture to them and everything like that, and you've got the skin showing through on all their bodies as well. So you can tell that these creatures, through the wars, they've been scurrying around on the battlefield and been torn up by weapons and all kinds of things, but they're still keeping on going, which is a very interesting side to everything we're seeing with Legion. So yeah, it's nice to see them coming out with new models and obviously looking towards new themed forces as well. So it means that you're not just getting stuck into the same kind of thing when you're playing your games of War Machine, and obviously we're going to be seeing that very, very soon as well with what happens with Kador on that side of things as well. So yeah, very cool stuff.
It's one thing that always jumped out at me for Legion of Everblight. The mutations are actually basically regular animals, regular people who have been infected with like dragon DNA and started to mutate into more dragon-like forms, which is why you see that blending of the bird and the dragon-esque sort of features, which just makes them look really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have an issue with the birds.
Oh, what is it? Which one? This one or
no, the small ones?
Oh, these?
And it's not necessarily the fault of Privateer Press. It's just the bases. I always feel bad that it's maybe just a picture that's not giving it the attention it deserves, but they never look quite like birds. The only one that looks like it's on the base is the one that's mounted on the rocks.
Oh, is it the flight stands that are getting?
Yeah, I hate those flight stands. And I don't know what you could replace to make them look better. But
you see, I've seen people use like brass rod and stuff, paint it black just to like hide it as much as they can, just keep it as small as they can, but still strong. But I mean, like, I think the picture here doesn't do it justice, because this is something they'll photographed on a white background and then had to trim out, so you can't really see that this is transparent, so it makes them stand out a lot more than what they should.
Yeah, I just have that issue with a lot of like things that are flying usually.
But how else do you make it fly?
Yeah, there's a magnet, maybe?
That would be so annoying. Okay, I mean, damn it, it fell off. Alright, give me 5 minutes yet. Find the... Where is it?
Just find the centre of balance in it.
That's why I actually think that Games Workshop are doing very, very good models recently, especially for what we're seeing with the Identity Deepkin. When we're seeing a lot of these floating and flying models, they've incorporated the style of maybe, for example, the cloaks or parts of the terrain elements into that, so it looks like they're flying without the need for flying bases as well.
The visuals all actually look as if they're floating, but they're very intricately connected into the base.
Yeah, well, if you look at
Weird Games also do something very, very similar with what they've done for Malifaux as well. Like, Weird Games do some amazing models that are doing some extraordinary poses, and that's all tied into like the base. There's no clear bits or anything to sort of hold them up or anything. So
yeah, it's a very good way to give your miniatures that feel of motion with them, to put in just that point of contact. But My personal favourite of these was Amok, the Truth Bearer, that first one. But I have one problem with it right now.
Right?
Yeah. If you look at that guy, you see he's a big trollish-looking dude carrying a big heavy weight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have been playing far too much God of War.
Oh yes, the giants.
Yeah.
Have you been losing your life to video games again?
Yeah, just to God of War. I haven't done it for quite a long time, but I'm become addicted to God of War. I see a big trollish-looking dude. I just realized I pointed at Ben. I see a big trollish-looking dude carrying a big hefty weight.
Now, be careful now. He'll switch from sexy to furious on you.
No, I just have the urge to rush up and hack its knees off.
Typical Hobbit tactics.
Yeah.
Where are these trolls taking these heavy objects?
I think they're like
in every fantasy game. These trolls, they're always carrying something really heavy. Where are they taking them?
I think it's like a comfort blanket for them. You know, they have their comfort rock.
Maybe.
It's a companion rock.
Yeah. There we go.
Choose something my friend.
Sorry?
You could just choose a pebble.
Well, if maybe some of them do.
But maybe you have to have the biggest rock to make it the
I guess
best
maybe
rock.
over the years, maybe they've faced the enemies and realized pebbles are not a good choice. So they just use bigger rocks. They're like, oh, get out of my way.
Yeah, they want a friend rock that can also help them in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at humanity. Some of our best weapons are just really advanced rocks that we throw at each other.
It's heavier stuff.
Now, all I can think of right now is one troll with the voice of Father Jack from Father Ted just, I love my brick.
Yes.
For our American brothers and sisters out there, if you've never watched Father Ted, it's a... Where would it be from? It's a British...
It's a British-made one, but it's set in Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to see the most stereotypical take on Irish life, yeah.
It's a wonderful show.